Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers and bookworms? Hi, my name is Odie, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel again. So, as you can see from the title, this is part 4 of possibly 5 or 6. Obviously, I haven't finished, so I don't know yet. If it's going to be 5 or 6 videos. But I'm trying to do these as short form as possible, 10, 15 minutes each or whatnot. This one might be a little bit longer, only because there's more books in this one, and as you can tell from videos 1 and 3, I get to stand and kind of show you what's going on because that's the top of the shelves. But when it comes to 2 and 4, right now, I'm sitting down. So I'm just, talking and I'm going to show you whatever books. So let's get rid of the knickknacks. All right, so hopefully my arms are long enough to reach these. So we'll start obviously from the corner here, and I will grab my Empire of the Vampire. This is Jay Kristoff. Such a great and fun book. Hopefully this week, actually, I'll be able to order books 2 and 3. So this is the regular first print version of the book. And then this is the very first print also of the Barnes & Noble edition. So I hope to still keep doing the Barnes & Noble ones and then just regular print ones so I can kind of read them. So put these to the side. I have my Douglas Adams, The Ultimate Hitchhikes to the Galaxy, 6 stories. So it's pretty cool. So included are all these right here, so you can pause and read those for yourself. We have my full collection of the signature edition of Chronicles of Narnia. Beautiful book. I won't do it in all of these, but I want to show you some of the boards. So it's a little bit messed up. That's how I purchased it. Bought it on eBay used. So it's just backwards as I always do because this is the time of the year where they're backwards, so like that the spines don't slump and whatnot. But yeah. And then my awesome collection of Dan Brown books, as you can see there. So, and these are all first print except for the Da Vinci Code. So Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci. And I have read every single one of these, and I've also heard them on audio, except for Origin. I have not read it or heard it on audio yet. Seen all the movies, obviously. Seen the Lost Symbol TV show. I thought it was pretty decent. And again, none of them will ever compare to the books. But, they do a pretty good job. They're pretty close, and obviously they have to change certain things or whatnot for whatever reason, for pacing and whatnot. Here's my Tad Williams collection. So this is a standalone, The War of the Flowers. Have not read this one yet. It's a very thick book, as all his books usually are. Starting with this collection, this is 4 books. This is Otherland. And these were all library versions. They were purchased on eBay from one seller. It was super cheap, and they come from the library in, let's see if I can find it, because it is pretty cool. It's not from Massachusetts. It is from the Library of Marcellus, Michigan. That's pretty cool. All 5 of them are. Here's book number 3, Otherland, Volume 3, The Mountain of the Black Glass. And I've only read the first book, by the way, which was really good. It's just I have so many other books that I still need to read. Hopefully someday I'll get to all of these. And this is The Sea of the Silver Light, Volume 4, to cap it off. Then I also have this illustrated version of the Da Vinci Code. It's pretty nice. I guess they did Angels and Demons, this one, and they might have done Lost Symbol, but I don't think they ever did an Infernal or Origin version yet. So I kind of got to go back and grab those. And I believe this is, not that a lot of people don't care, but, and I usually don't myself either, but again, I did the whole backwards thing because this is the year where everything's backwards. So the spines, I think this is the first print too. Maybe, maybe not. It is not. This is a 9th print. So anyway, whatever. So down here, we have Battle Angel Alita, Armada by Ernest Cline. the book that he made after Ready Player One. Then he came back and did Ready Player Two. Very nice. My beautiful, beautiful, and only I'm actually waiting for one on the mail. I won one on eBay, and I had some credit, so it kind of worked out. I got it for super cheap, like $12. But anyway, so this is the UK version with the sprayed edges. Actually, probably have it backwards as I usually do. It's 2025, so next year everything will be back the right way. So yeah, I already came with the acrylic and whatnot. So yeah, very, very nice book. It's not a first print. The best I could do was a second print to this book. So I really wanted a first print of it, but it's over $100, and I can't do it. Here's Isaac Asimov's The Foundation Trilogy, and I believe this is a Barnes & Noble. I want to get some more of these. These are pretty nice with the gold sprayed edges and the ribbon. The Foundation Fear, authorized by the estate. So this is Gregory. It's three gentlemen, all have the last name, which they all start with the B, which is pretty funny. So there's three different people that did a lot of these books, and they all start with the letter B. Pretty funny stuff. Probably one of the nicest versions you can possibly get of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I know a lot of people have these. These are pretty sweet, though. So there's that. Hopefully I'll get some more Frankensteins. Here's the Bram Stoker's Dracula. A nice little slip case of Dracula again, Bram Stoker. Nice boards. The silver there, black, his name. So I don't think this has any illustrations, but it has really nice spaces on the writing and whatnot, so very easy to read. A couple little illustrations here and there. I wish there was a Frankenstein version of this, but I don't think there is. I like to have certain books that I love. I like to have multiple copies of. It's like the collector in me. Another gentleman here. This guy used to, I believe he was from Massachusetts, Charles L. Grant. Did a lot of horror back in the 60s and 70s. So this is the third book of a series that he did. There's more to it, I should say, but there's three of them that come in these slip cases, and there's only 300 autographed by him, and I think the illustrator. So let's show you that. Oh, there it is, yeah. So this is 158. And again, this is the third book. So I still have to get parts 1 and 2, then I would have the trilogy. Or in whichever essence they kind of made it, really. Here's H.P. Lovecraft's Tales of Horror. Again, another, I believe this is Barnes & Noble too. Oh, no, sorry, this is, I forgot the name of this company. Yeah, Canterbury Classics. So again, there's a whole bunch of these Canterbury. They have matching spines. Then you have, again, the Barnes & Noble versions that, all go together. Here's another, the Barnes & Noble kind of leatherette. Again, there's quite a few of these classics that I want to also get that kind of go together with this. Nice sprayed edges. Even with a ribbon, too. And it's flex. It's nice. I've read this actually a couple times. A lot of illustrations. And the second book is obviously here, too. So, yeah, this is super cool. A book that I read actually last year. This was a lot of fun. This is by, I believe, a Russian gentleman, Eugene Yelinch. So it's a fun book. The Hunting of Falcon House. So it's like a mystery and whatnot. This is pretty cool. Here we have Philip Pullman's. Let's get rid of it here today because it's been on it for a while. So we can clean that up so it looks better. So it made its purpose. So yeah, it's still beautiful. This is the Golden Compass, as you can see. That's the back of it. And it was only $10 if you saw that sticker in the beginning. So very, very pretty book. And it has, again, these awesome ends that I love. I gotta remember the name of this. Very beautiful white cover there with the gold and whatnot. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So put that to the side there. In paperback, the Subtle Knife, which is book 2, I believe. Yeah, book 2. It's a little bit beat up, but it's cool, just to have it. Because I do have it again, and I'll show you that in a second. From the show Castle, so this is obviously a play on that. So, heat rises. All the books have something to do with heat, which is, if you've ever seen the show, then he supposedly writes it, but he really doesn't, though. But this is still cool, though. I forget who the ghostwriter is that actually does this. I probably could look it up, but anyway. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Let's see. That's so funny. To Captain Ray Montgomery, NYPD. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't tell me who the ghostwriter is, but I'm sure there's a way to find out. But anyway, so that's that. My only one Dresden File book from Jim Butcher. This is White Knight. And again, I got it at the library. It was free. I wish they had more. So this is pretty cool. I don't know which number series this book particularly is, but it's cool. Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter's The Long Cosmos. Very nice book. So they've done, I think, a couple books together. We have a copy of, I don't know how to say his name, Ian Coulfer, Artemis Fowl, The Arctic Incident. Have not read this yet, or this one. Here's another Artemis Fowl, The Last Guardian. The Trials of Apollo from Rick Riordan, book 1. Again, free library copy. Another Rick Riordan, The Last King of Texas. I started reading this. I think I stopped like on the 30th page. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it someday. Down here, we have the last of these bookshelves. So here, again, I love Dan Brown. So I have all the audio CDs to all 5 main books. And as you can see there, the Philip Pullman's The Golden Compass trilogy is also there. So I've read them, and then I've also heard them. And they're great. I mean, all the people that do these have some great talent. Here in the front, paperback version. I've never actually read them because it's too small for me. But I just had to get them because it was super cheap. I think I paid like $7 for this. And it's just really pretty. Covers and whatnot. I love all that chrome. It's pretty sweet. So, I just wanted to show some love. And then here, some more Rick Riordan. This is obviously the very, very first series of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians and whatnot. And so, yeah, all 5 books are here. It says it contains a poster. I guess it's in the back here. Let's look at it. It's been a long time. Let's see what it is. Oh, yeah, it's that mosaic panoramic. Pretty cool. So that was that. And then next we're going to be showing you the George R.R. George Martin. These are some page holders and whatnot. Game of Thrones. And these are the UK versions. I didn't want to get the American version because it's only 5 books. I wanted it kind of like the long read, bigger printing too. So believe it or not, I believe the American versions are a little bit smaller than that. Clash of Kings. The Storm of Swords. And this is part 1, right? It should be, I believe. Yep, Storm of Swords number 2. It's incredible how in the American version they just cram so much writing in one book. And yes, they're a little bit thicker, but they're not that much thicker. It's crazy. Feast of Crows. And then part 1 of A Dance with the Dragons. With Dragons. Very nice. And then Dance with Dragons part 2. And we're almost at the stretch. This is something that's in my TBR that I want to read. I want to say maybe in December I'm going to start. This is pretty much where I planned them, and I'll obviously be talking about them on the channel because I've never read them, but I'm super looking forward to it. I picked this up from one collector on eBay and whatnot. So yeah, so The Shadow of What Was Lost from James Ilsington. So I'll put that here. Book 2. Book 3, which is the biggest one. How many pages is this bad boy? This is well over 800 pages. Whew. And then we're almost at the stretch. We have Paulini's Aragon, The Inheritance Cycle, Book 1. And I read that many years ago, but I'll be honest, I might have DNF'd it. So, it's Book 2. The Eldest, Book 3. And I don't have the latest book that came out. So, I don't have that. And then The Inheritance. Alright, and then the last book that just fell, because it's so big, is John Carter of Mars, the book series. So this has books 1 through 7, which is really nice, from Edgar Rice Burroughs. And I believe I've read all of them except for maybe the last one, The Fighting Man of Mars. But I've read all of the first 6 books, and they're great. And I think I've listened in audio the first 3. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for viewing this. I know it was a little bit longer than the other ones and whatnot, but we went through them, got through all the books, and we're in September of 2025, so we'll see how my collection grows, or maybe it'll shrink or whatever. But again, as always, guys, thank you so very much. You guys take care. Peace.